Good morning. It's a wonderful Wednesday. That's right, hump day. It is July 8th of 2026. Do you know where your year went? Well, at least half a year anyway. My goodness. Technically a half year coming up in a week, but I got to tell you, we're about through it. And you got to be, on the lookout. Be on the lookout for opportunities to be great. Be great today. Be great here with me today. Say hi, hey in the chat. If you are watching on replay, say hashtag replay gang in the comment section down below. We have so many things to talk about. Bonus time is going to be lit. And of course, we have a baby lemon looking around like a superhero for $2 from our friend Bari the Music Man, who seems to be a little under the weather today. We have a lot of great people here. Dr. Jill is doing double duty with Ms. Pick-Off-Egg, so thanks for being here. We got Olds Gamer out there, 72 Cutlass, wish I had one of those. And there's Putin. Tapper going to get fired. Then he can make more books and pretend he is a soldier. Well, there you go. Helter Skelter. I have a huge something. Well, I don't know. I've got pans. Who else is out there? The lovely Juliet, all the way from the UK, doing wonderful work out there for you and I. Good morning, friends. It's one of those wonderful Wednesdays where my brain was a box of cats and I couldn't catch my thoughts until just recently. So that's a good thing. I caught up with them. Scott Shook is out there saying morning to everybody, along with our favorite polar bear, Snortopupus Q Burr. Who else is out there in the world? Well, we got a lot of people out there. We got, Joe Powers, of course, on the tube side of things, and on the green machine, we got our Loki raid this morning. Hello, everybody, from Loki's Stream of Goodness. That's right, the guy that... He's going to be fine. Doesn't need to see a urologist. Solid stream over there. Oh, bad jokes this morning. It's going to be one of those days. Lord Thoth, good morning, my friend. It's good to see you as well. One of the longest time moderators of this channel. It's amazing. And he's another one of those famous Canadians from Canada. Jan Monroe is here saying hey to Barry, telling him to get better soon. Who else is out there? We got more. In the midnight hour. Mo. Let's see, who else? Caledon 910, everybody's favorite radio station, Caledon 910. Actually, pretty good person, too. Who else is out there? We got a few other folks. Once again, Juliet doing her thing from the UK across the pond. It's tough work, but I appreciate it. Your hours are crazy, Juliet. I don't know how you do it, love. I really don't. Let's see. Randall Orser is here, another one of our Canadians from Canada. The Smokin' Man himself makes an appearance, otherwise known as Cash Kester, with the avatar that you are distracted by all the time. Jonathan Conroy. Hey, what's going on? Hit the smash button, like the smash button. Do all the things. We love the things. Do the things. Make sure you're still subscribed. The Bad Cap. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, friend. Praying for you every day. And, of course, follow the Bradley's Fun. Get a chance to hang out with Ron after the pro show. I always recommend that you go Tuesdays and Thursdays and hang out with the Dish. Ruby Hoove gifts a CultureCasino membership. Thank you so very much for that. And follow up right here saying for 5, Hoove and I are on the way to Buc-ee's. Have a great one. You too. Oh, I want some fried chicken. Give me a fried chicken, please. I would appreciate that so very much. Who else is out there in the world? We got more folks out there like D. Bud Martin, the moderator extraordinaire for every single channel out there, it seems. And we got a few other folks out there. I just want to say a quick shout out to all the mods. You guys keep me in line, keep the chat in line, which is more important, and keep me out of trouble. Frank's here, everybody. Say hi to Frank. Frank! And the lovely Penny. Good morning, Penny. Penny. Let's see. Who else we got out there? Corporeal Being. Good morning, Corporeal Being. And the beautiful Deeple. Walter Tomaszewski saying hello to Staccato DDS, which I didn't see Staccato scroll by, so I'll have to catch that on the later part of the show. Freedom Seeker, good morning. Let's suit up, everybody, because 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you're watching. Thanks for checking out 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time doing it. 17 stories, and also we got to get cooking. We have, of course, the Billionaires Boys Club getting together as they always do every year. I report on this. The Comcast split, Paramount Warner Brothers deal. A lot of hot topics there with all these billionaires. They're going to, try to defeat us, defeat the world, defeat everything. The Sun Valley Confab is a well-known tradition with Allen and Company, and this is where all the moguls go now. Whether you're media or tech, this is your ballywick. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine or try to sell yourself for a deal, like I believe happened last year with Warner Brothers Discovery, with Zaslav talking to Ellison and trying to put him at odds with Sarandos. You think that's going to happen, something like that this year? Maybe, but that's going to be the conversation anyway. Speaking of which, buyer beware. Uh-oh, Silicon Valley has been a disaster for the media business. No, it hasn't. Just from your perspective, variety, they've been doing well. So is this guy, although he's getting denied the $500 million that he wanted. There's a lot of people. The guest list is massive. You're going to get Mark Zuckerberg, Josh D'Amaro, Paramount's David Ellison. You're going to get Comcast, Brian Roberts, OpenAI's Sam Altman, Apple's John Ternus. They're all expected to be there, amongst many, many others. Netflix and Sony and Apple and Mattel. There's going to be a lot of people in Idaho. And you know what? This is your own private Idaho, because nobody gets a chance to go here unless you have the checkbook for it. We've got, the conversation centering around who actually is there. Well, it's all billionaires. Yeah, not millionaires, although there are some millionaires, but it's mostly billionaires. This resort's fantastic, by the way, if you ever get a chance to go. But Sacha Baron Cohen completes the Ali G movie, shot entirely in secret, probably because a lot of people don't like this guy very much. And they don't like what he represents. That's unfortunate, but not surprising. So if you're interested, it's coming. I don't know who is interested. I thought this guy was not funny a long time ago, and he's continuing to be not funny now. CNN is on the edge. Staffers fear Bari Weiss takeover as Paramount Warner Brothers deal moves closer to the finish line, which will be the end of this month. And if you don't think that's going to happen, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't think it's going to happen, there's a lot of billions tied into this thing finishing. It looks like European deal is done. The joint venture's been kicked to the curb for now. A lot of these other elements are that were holding it back have been removed, and Bari Weiss will take over the leadership role at CNN, which is what this whole story is actually about. The current editor-in-chief, this guy on the left here, he's been saying, I don't want to be second in line. Well, then you won't be any in line. How's that? MrBeast is going to be a shark on the new season of Shark Tank. That's right. ABC had to reach out to the internet. The content creator Jimmy Donaldson joins Mindy Kaling, who is complete crap. Watt and Aaron and Sarah Foster as guest sharks for season 18. Congratulations to him. But the other people, I didn't really see them ever as sharks. What about you? You think MrBeast is a shark? Hard to say. We've got John Goodman. They can't even recognize him now. He's lost so much weight. There's Ozempic at work, folks. He's joining Brie Larson in a horror thriller. A Hoosier thriller. Actually, it's a horror thriller called Skeletons from Sony Pictures. So there you go. Hopefully Brie does better, and so does he. Love that guy. Christopher Nolan says the Odyssey's modern English dialogue was a no-brainer, even if it might bite me in the booty. And I was maybe being naive. You were. You surrendered to a feminist version of this story, and all the talking points are around the lovely ladies. That's no bueno. Quick shout out and thank you to our friend Tony Piacente, otherwise known as Culture Sugar Daddy, for dropping 10 Culture Casino memberships in the chat during the stream. That's bold, Tony. Very bold indeed. Don't call Annette Bening's character in The Dutton Ranch a villain, even after the final battle. Okay, but you're still a villain, and you have been since Marvel. Congratulations. We've got the U.S. men's national team exiting the World Cup, but still had historic ratings despite the massively lopsided game. Belgium, of course, crying about one of our players making it onto the pitch, but it didn't seem to matter, so shut up. The Rachel Zegler-led psychological thriller NDA was acquired by Bleecker Street because they wanted to lose money. I mean, maybe that's not it, but that's what's likely going to happen because I'm going to go around the planet pointing out a reminder of everything she said before. Should be fun. Backrooms passed 350 million globally. It is setting all the records for A24. Congratulations to them as an indie studio across the globe. We've got Wall Street banks sky high about SpaceX. Investors remaining a little more cautious, but a lot of people are making money in the markets, and that's a good thing. Even as AI stocks have been sinking, dragging markets lower nationwide, I still have a very positive outlook, but don't listen to a YouTuber for any kind of financial advice. That's not what we're here for. We've got private prison companies selling 2 of California's immigrant detention centers to the feds. Probably a good thing since there's a lot of people here illegally in California currently, and they need to start emptying out the country. U.S. launches new strikes on Iran, revokes oil sales permit to Iran, and there were 3 ships that were struck in the strait just yesterday. This update from yesterday, and of course the missiles striking the bad guys. Finally, the bear story. Well, we gotta do this in bonus time because I got to give it enough time for you to see it. So stick around. We'll do that first thing in bonus time. That's right, bonus time. Let's get this on the screen. A brave family, or a brave family dog, a husky, saves a child from a bear during a frightening home encounter. Let's take a look at the frightening home encounter, shall we? I hit play. I hit play. Let's try again. Play. Come on. Why is it doing this? There we go. Whoa! See the kid and the bear. It was a really short-lived video. Now I went to the Blue Angels. How crazy is that? Anyway, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild moment there. The dog just gets in the way, saving the kid. And, just the bear headed for the kid. The dog headed for the bear. Dramatic encounter caught on the home security video. Cool stuff. You can find that over on Fox News. All right, let's get to all your comments that I missed while I was yammering about the news and what's happening at CNN. Bari Weiss has everybody in a panic. That's a good thing. Hoot owl! How you doing, Hoot? Good to see you. Smurf. Smurf. Bottle Blue. Okay, not sure, but welcome. Let's see. We got the Grim Dark, otherwise known as Entheater, and Joe's Atmosphere. Good morning, Culturians. Good morning to you, Joe. It's good to see you more frequently. The lovely Mags London joining us today saying, afternoon from hot and sunny London. You know what? I'm going to have to make a visit to my friends in the UK and teach them the glory of air conditioning and how to install it in a stealthy way and keep the hot away. So, yeah. That's what I got. Who else is out there? We got Stitch the Elder, celebrating 18 months of being a glorious supporter of this channel. Good morning, Culture, mods, and chat. Good morning to you, Stitch the Elder. What a great name. Culture, see you next weekend? Yes, I will be in South Carolina at the Southeast Game Exchange. I'm going to choke. Hang on a second. Let's see. We may need to get a sip of coffee for the working man. Let's do that. But I will be at the Southeast Game Exchange. I will be signing autographs, I think, on Saturday, if you want them. I don't know. Why do you want a signature from me? We could just hang out and talk. I'm going to shave my beard. I'm going to the barber on Monday before I head that direction. So I will see you all Southeast Game Exchange in South Carolina this coming weekend. So yes, Ron, I will see you. It's good to see you. Now, of course, this was Ruby Hooves telling us she was on her way to Buc-ee's. I'm jealous. But I have my Buc-ee's 250th cup right here. That's right. This is water. Water, coffee. I have extra water on the side because I like water. It's good for you. Morning Haze, unlike Purple Haze, is here this morning. Good to see you. Let's see who else is out there. Look at all these great people popping in as we got roll in. The Dish will be at 4:05 p.m. tonight after Vash. All right. Good to know. Good to know. There's the beautiful Deeple. The beautiful Deeple. Carl, what's up, buddy? Carl Singh in the house. We got Corporeal Being out there. and many, many more of you. In fact, I'm 9 minutes behind in the chat. If I didn't say hi to you, it wasn't on purpose. I just happened to miss you. Libby Priest, good morning, young lady. Who else is out there? We got El Santo. Says, hola from Mexico, Cultura. Well, hola to you from here in the United States. Goodness. This is going to be a great time. Does Sun Valley have missile defense? Maybe. Maybe. Idaho and Montana are mysterious parts of the country. If you've ever been there, you're like, it doesn't quite look right. That building is, I don't know, is that a missile silo? Is it a CIA listening point? What is it? We got super chats in and around everything. The Supergirl actress ruined her own movie. I agree with you. El Santo. I like saying that. Hopefully you're okay with me saying it that way because I like it. I like it. Flow state, says Linda. I'll try. I do my best. It's choking on my own words. But yeah. She is another Rachel Zegler, 1,000%. We got a happy hump day wish from Jedi Master, the amazing one. Blessed be you, my friend, for 5 Culture Casino cash. Happy hump day, Vulture, which meant culture. Have a great day. I hope you have a great day, you legend. You legend. SFX at 314, Sabretooth Raptor out there this morning. And, of course, Gollum. CNN is trash. Well, let's try to fix that. Let's try to fix that. Isn't Borat ancient history? Yes. I kind of liked the Ali G show. And I thought that he was going to have a good run, and then he didn't. I think he just got caught up in his own thing. PMS NBC is the trash. Is the trash is trash. There you go. I think it's PMS Now, though, is what their new name is. Crazy white boy. I'm scared of what. I'm scared. I'm scared of what a CNN panic is. Yes. Well, it is what it is. Once again, thank you to Culture Sugar Daddy for the gifties. All 10 of thems. All 10 of thems. All right. We had at least one member chat. Let me double check. I cleared all of that. Huskies are excellent puppies. Yes, they are. I saw some great commentary here. I skipped ahead so I could say hi. Culture Vulture, like Supergirl, says Larry. A name so nice, you say it twice. Larry. Tender Warrior here. Wonderlific Wednesday. I love it when you come in and say that. It's amazing stuff. Every Wednesday we get Wonderlific. That's right. El Santo says actors should behave themselves. Whatever happened to professionalism? That's a great question. I would like an answer to that my own self. We've got 2 stories to share in bonus time. We'll get to those in just a moment. But where are you going to find KB? Right here in the chat. Say hi to KB. And, of course, the most talented man on the internet, Andy Masterson, is here with all of your action figures. That's right. If you want an action figure of me, there's 3 ways to get me. That sounds interesting. Have your own personal Culture Casino. You can get me in Beach Punk. You can get me in Hobo Gandalf. And now you can get me as Super Green Man. Yeah. So there's that. In the Bond, we always had one crazy rich guy trying to take out the world. Now we have a whole valley of them. True story. True story. The Common Nerds. What's up, Jess? Says, I want to know what a CNN panis is. Did I have a typo? It was a panic. Panic. I got to fix that. How terrible is that? Thanks for the $1 Rumble rant from Cat Slave. Guys, this is an important day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cat Slave. Happy birthday to you on your 70th year. I hope you have a great day, my friend. 70, man. It seemed like such a long way away when I was in my 30s. Now it's so close, I can see it. I can see it. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. John Monkey says, dang, today is Wednesday. It is. This is hump day. Hump day. Destroyer Duck, holy cow. Good to see you. Been a minute. Let's see. Who else is out there? Lots of people. Hoshi is here. Look at that. LOL, as put an AC unit in a year ago, he didn't realize you had to run a condensation line. Oh, no. Did he have a bucket ready to go? I hope so. Yikes. What's going on? How's it going today? Well, let's see. I've got a lot of content to prep for, not just for tomorrow, but also for tonight, because tonight it's me and Lou Wasserman's Ghost. We'll be doing the studio back lot with Lou and you over on the T3PO channel, which is after the WDW Pro Show, which is after the Dish, which is after a lot of other stuff. Vash's show. I mean, there's a lot of things going on today. You can check out Vash Guy's show and his new channel. He's doing really well. Love what he's doing over there. Yeah, I think we're good. That's right. Just spread honey everywhere next time you see a bear. Oh, there you go. All right. Well, let's see. Did I miss any super chats? So we're going to double check that, and then we are going to continue on to bonus time. Bonus time. And say once again thank you to Jedi Master and Cat Slave. I am a vulture indeed. All right. It's going to be a good day. I can tell. It's going to be a good day because you guys are all here. Like Georgia Peach is here, even late. The lovely Georgia Peach has arrived. Hoshi, honestly, I wonder if I could set up an AC unit and use the condensation line for watering plants as gray water. You could. People do it. You're looking at one of them. My condensate line I treat like a gutter. So it like literally feeds the cucumbers. So yeah, you can do it. Hey, Blackie is in the house. I don't like bears, but I love China. There you go. They got panda bears there. I can't wait for Friday as another episode of Agent Kim Reactivated comes out. Really? See, we're getting all these Korean shows. The Glankener, happy vultures are the best vultures. There you go. Texas 84 is, I'm late. Sports ball show ran long. Well, that's okay. Gotta love that sports ball. Hoshi says, I have plans now for when I set up an AC unit now. There you go. And the nice thing about a mini split style unit, which is perfect for you folks in the UK and around most places the globe, mini splits can be targeted cooling. You put it in a room, and you can buy sized units if you want, or you can have a unit that actually powers more than one head, because you can get multi-head units, which means you can have multi locations for the cooling unit. And you locate the head in a room and turn it on. Good stuff. But no, there's a lot of units that just sized for targeted cooling. The room you spend the most time in the summer. And then if you have appropriately placed fans, you can spread out the good news in the form of cooling in the other rooms of your house. True story. Mark's 47 have not seen Mark's in a long time. It's great to see you, friend. Hopefully we're getting more people at the Southeast Game Exchange. Cucumbers are disgusting, but pickles are amazing. Exactly, and I make pickles out of my kooks. Yep, that's genius. Yes. You know, I'm just telling you. Use your condensate line for good. Water your plants with it. People gonna play. Destroyer Drex's Pinhead was an odd choice for a villain. I kind of like Pinhead. Oh, you're talking about in the Supergirl movie? Krem? Yeah, I mean, it could have been better. They didn't use Krem to the extent they were planning on. There's 11 or 12 minutes of footage that would have helped Krem be a better bad guy, but we didn't get it. No. And yeah, I got to go to the barber. The beard is misbehaving. It's this gray hair. It's just like, I don't have to comb my beard. That's dumb. I must make tea. I have tea ready to go. I have tea like times a billion. Cannot wait to have the tea. PJ, otherwise known as Penny, says, Culture. I'll be watching the Minions with my grandkids in an hour. Let me know what you think when you're done, please, young lady. Pretty please. Our good friend, Irate Specialist, one of the elite memers around here, along with Putin, who happens to be in the chat as well. And, of course, Release the McCracken. All make great things that we all love. Celebrating 22 months of being a member here. Saying, Hail, Culture and Culturians. I sounded exactly like him. Actually, he has a husky voice. Yeah. Deeple says, did you see the 3 a.m. goal dump to give the U.S. a 5-4 win? What? Apparently not. The U.S. lost. John, the Beagle Dad in the house. Good to see you. It's not like an election. You can't dump goals. Oh, but cucumbers over your eyes and call it a day to relax. That's right. Remoisturize your eyeball areas. Yeah. I skip cucumbers and grow pickles. Well, okay. I have some very specific pickling cucumbers. So, yeah. And I have pickle jars ready to go with the brine. Cream, no, creme. Cream. Yeah, Black. Yeah, I also feel I feel badly for our friends in the UK, in Ireland, Scotland, places like that. When they get a heat wave, they really should have AC. But what's great about these kinds of units is essentially they're remote heat pumps, which means they can also produce heat in the wintertime. Remember, heat rises and cooling falls. So when you mount it, primarily for cooling, you put it up high. High. All right. I just designed a house layout yesterday for maximum ventilation for when we build. We rarely use the AC as is H-shaped. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, except I may actually turn the H shape into an O shape. A little bit more costly, but the interior courtyard is a traditional European Spanish design. It's going to look a little more Gothic, too. The roof line's going to be crazy, and the atrium in the center will be wild, so there's that. Yeah, not a tough name for a villain, I agree. Crab. You should have ran your beard like Beardo. No. Here's the problem. If you take the name Beardo, you always have to have a beard. Smiths and Sons. I saw Minions and Monsters on Sunday, and I loved it. I'm a huge Minions fan, though. Yeah. Yeah. No, I did not get the joke. Gold dump. El Santo says, a longer version of Supergirl? Who wants that? Well, 11 extra minutes might have helped explain why we could care about this bad guy. But no, I get your point, and you're right. It still would have been quite garbage. It didn't score well. Crom. But that's different. That's a whole different thing. That's like the Viking stuff. What? What's happening with Cuba? Did my foot soak in Epsom salt with ACV, apple cider vinegar, and some olive oil. Very relaxing, and the olive oil helps with the exfoliation. True story. You have softer feet fast, and if you drop a sprig of rosemary in there, fresh rosemary, it's even better, John. Try that next time. There you go. Mr. DeMark is joining us this morning. Hello, hello. Sauerkraut. We call it Kurkul, delicious. And even German, so quite surprising. And saved numerous Dutch mariners. Yes, in addition to adding to gut health, sauerkraut is fantastic, as is kimchi, which is a different version of the same thing in pots that are buried in the ground. At least that's my understanding anyway. Never had kimchi. But cha. Speaking of things, Davina Duckworth, good morning. Good morning to you. We have a lot of great people around here. Yeah, it's very much like an Italian villa. True story. Yeah. Where, maybe our farm stand, we can have Italian ice. Little machine out there. Crom is what Conan the Barbarian shouted. Correct. Thank you for that, cat slave. But unfortunately, kimchi usually has MSG added to it. Don't do that. Don't add MSG. Monosodium glutamate. The Common Nerds says, we thought about Courtyard, but the decks are better for kids. That's true. You know, you're right. You're right. Look, in Hawaii, I had designed what was called a temple house. That was what we were going to build. And it gave us a massive decking outside because it's basically a box. It's a square. And each level has its own deck or lanai. And the lanai is a wonderful outdoor living space, especially if you put your shutters in place. Wooden structural shutters that you can open and close to also control airflow and the trade winds, which actually cool a house. Just go underground. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I like that. But, I like the idea of a walkout basement or a root cellar. I like that stuff. I'm weird. Weird. All right, we got to get to a couple stories because I have to have something to cut into shorts later. So, kimchi is good. Well, so sauerkraut. And Black Yes says kimchi is disgusting. There you go. Pickled rotten cabbage. You can have my share. Oh, man. Cream. There you go. Creme fraiche. Yeah. Man, you guys are having fun on the chat today. This is a good time. All right. Have you been on the cruise control show? No, but I should be, right? Yeah, I should be hanging out with, I should be on FNT, and I should be on the BBC. The real BBC, I should say. Speaking of BBC, we got a story on them. Let's jump into the stories, guys, for bonus time. I think we deserve to get into this. In fact, I'm gonna do a blind read on this now. All right, here we go. There is disappointment aplenty in the future for Disney in another live-action remake that never should have come into existence. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Disney's live-action Moana, because the first look looks terrible and the rest of it is going to perform awful. So let's jump in. Here we go. Now, Moana's Disney's live-action take looks to welcome $130 million at the global box office. Now, why are they saying global? Well, let's say it this way. The box office, when it's going to do badly and underperform, the trade publication, especially people like Anthony D'Alessandro, try to protect Disney's reputation by going globally instead of domestically with the box office predictions or projections or forecasts or whatever term you want to use. Now, here's the small problem. I think this is still too high, and this film could significantly underperform. Let's look at the story. Disney is hoping that moviegoers come to the water for the live-action version of the 2016 animated movie Moana, which is looking to hang 10 again at the box office with a global start of $130 million domestic in the $60 million plus range. That was a strange way to construct a sentence to cover up the fact that they really only expect a $60 million performance out of Moana in the States. That means you got to get another 70 to 80 million out of the domestic market. $70 more million, coming out of the international market? I don't think that's possible. This is directed by Thomas Kail. I don't care. And of course, it has Dwayne Johnson looking like an old woman in this thing with a muscle suit on, reprising his role from the animated franchise of the demigod Maui. Catherine Lagaglia, I cannot say her name, Lagaglia, there we go. Stepping in for Alui Carvalho, who I thought was great. I don't know why they didn't bring her back. The question about all of this is whether it's too much Moana too soon, because the follow-up or the sequel animation did rather well just, a year or two ago? Yeah. Just like there was too much Super too soon, with Supergirl being after Superman. The live-action version of Moana was greenlit by former CEO Bob Iger and decided to flip Moana Disney Plus series into a feature animated sequel. Moana 2, which literally played in theaters 19 months ago, so a year and a half ago, it opened to a massive Thanksgiving 5-day North American record of $235.4 million. That's a big, big domestic number. This film will not even do half of that. Now, the record global of 389 is a pretty big number as well. Do you think this film actually sniffs those kinds of numbers? I don't think so. So something else to potentially consider this weekend is that we're in a bit of a funk for the summer box office after the lackluster openings for Warner Brothers' Supergirl and Illumination's Minions and Monsters. Now, here's the thing I disagree with 1,000% with Tony. Minions and Monsters didn't open badly. The first 3 days, it performed stellarly. In fact, the overall earnings in 5 days really embarrassed the total 10-day run or 12-day run of Supergirl, earning more than, $61 million. And at the time, Supergirl hadn't even crossed $60 million after 12 days in release. So it's really not a fair comparison, especially after you add in the international. Now, it is the lowest Minions story so far, but I have to be fair with the fact that more people went to see Minions and Monsters than had any interest in Supergirl. But there doesn't seem to be a lot to worry about. Universal's The Odyssey and Sony's The Spider-Man Brand New Day are expected to clean up. Also, the domestic box office is on the verge of passing the $3 billion mark, 13% of 2025, which isn't hard to imagine, on top of ticket inflation, inflation in general, and the addition of more PLF screens, premium large format. So all of these are rather specious arguments for what they think this will due to the performance of Moana. So Moana is definitely one of the studio's most popular films, with 1.5 billion hours watched and annually ranking in Disney Minus's top 10 films since the service launched in November of 2019. In fact, it was one of those films that kind of helped launch the service. I'm just going to say it this way. Moana may have been a popular property, but it may have worn out its welcome. I just want everybody to be honest about that. So overseas, she has an enormous footprint, except for Japan, and I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of folks taking a look at this movie and saying no thank you to the live action version. So a 70 to 75 million foreign box office opening, I doubt it. That would put it online or in parallel with things like How to Train Your Dragon, which had a $96 million international opening, which I still think was a better film than this is going to be. So there are no reviews yet for Moana, but the LA premiere is Tuesday night at the Hollywood Bowl, and previews stateside start at 2 p.m. Thursday. You guys think it's going to be good? I don't think so, and I don't think that I really don't think it's going to do that well. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Moana movie in the chat. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, so yeah, so that'll be cut into a short later or its own video. Culture is probably the best farmer ever. Well, I wish that were true. My grandfather was probably the best farmer ever. And we could all do it at the same time. Not very easy, but not very difficult either. Grow our food, go to parties, watch brilliant movies. Okay, scrap the last one. Well, I'm just telling you. Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. Walter says 3 large Yukon Gold potatoes, 12 Trader Joe's chicken thighs. Oh, that sounds good. One large garnet yam. Ooh. And one large, in my crock pot this morning on high for 6.5 hours, commencing about 5 a.m. You are going to eat a fancy supper, my friend. The Yukon Golds are really one of the last good yellow, white / potatoes in my estimation. They're also one of the larger potatoes out there. Jeff says, I'm doing a ground up Earthship. Oh, man, you're working so hard on that. But Northside will still be buried. I tell you what, Jeff, when you get decent chunk into that project, I may have to come for a visit. So you should try some Mexican dishes, Culture. Absolutely. We make our own hot sauce. From our own habaneros, jalapenos, Anaheims, and other spicy peppers, along with our own tomatoes. But we also make our own enchilada sauce from homemade ingredients as well. So absolutely, I love Mexican food. Yeah, there was that episode of MASH where they dug up a kimchi pot. I remember that. All right. Texas worked a project at a Korean bank. The ladies cooked kimchi every Thursday. Well, it's not everybody's taste, that's for sure. But it's really good for your gut health, just so you know. So it's better than Supergirl? I don't know. Putin. We'll have to see. Is that The Rock? You mean Grandma Rock? Yeah. He looks terrible. And again, I mean, in his next movie, he's playing a dementia patient. I don't know what's happened to the dude. I really don't. Randall Orson says Chris Gore saw it and basically said for them to stop making live actions. There you go. Look, I trust Chris's opinion. He's one of the few people that fall like directly in line with my views. So's Gary, but we're almost always kind of in lockstep with film. So yeah, I gotta go see it. That's the other problem. You guys don't understand. I have to go see this trash. I have to. I don't want to. I have to. So this weekend's nonsense and the Monday release for the video, the day that I'd start my East Coast drive, my East Coast travel, I have to release the Moana video. Yikes. It's an AI Fest movie? Oh no. That's bad. The Rock is a joke now? That's a take that I never thought I'd hear in my life, but yeah. Why isn't Django Fett in this one? I don't know. Probably would have been a better Maui, to be fair. I didn't even watch Moana, says El Santo. Okay. Corporeal Being says, I only watch Disney stuff for free at this point. I've never watched Moana, even free. Doubt I'll watch the live action one free either. If you're gonna see one of the versions, see the animated version. It's actually worth it. It feels very much like a Disney movie, but it's not. It's a Power to the Princess movie, very much like Frozen is. So. Wasn't there even a comedic villain who was leading the minions? Whatever happened to him? Well, Gru was not in this one. This was before Gru. We're following a different tribe of minions here. This tribe ended up in Hollywood looking for their big bad, and they went in search of monsters. The thing is, they were being led by a monster who a lot of people you would find was a pretty famous monster. We never got the Cthulhu we were promised, though. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Who else is out there? Destroyer Duck. He's the pebble now. Man, take it easy on the rock. Okay, I won't either. July 4th, especially the 250th birthday. Probably less people are going to the theater. Minions should do fine. I think you're right. I think that was some of the comments on the video because I was a little disappointed in the overall earnings. $61 million in 5 days. That's a true 5 days. Unlike the lies they tell you about the 5 days for Supergirl, where it is like 5 plus 2. That's the other thing. With Supergirl, you had fan event screenings, which were Wednesday, that weren't available to the general public. Then you had the preview numbers, which were the Thursday numbers, and all of that added into the Friday number. And again, it's very disingenuous when they don't tell you things like that. So I just like to be honest about it. I like honesty. Honesty is such a lonely word. I thought this was already out of the theaters. Well, kind of felt like it, but yeah. How I Met Your Dragon. How I Met Your Dragon? It's not How I Met Your Mother. How to Train Your Dragon. What was that? Brain. This is what happens when you get older. Confused words and things. But no, I mean, How to Train Your Dragon live action wasn't as terrible as it could have been. I didn't appreciate the race swapping and, of course, the additional made for Hollywood changes that were made to the film, but it was still good. Brian Parker says, correct me if I am wrong, but Disney started live-action remakes as a way to preserve and extend the copyrights of older animated products. You're 100% right. And very few of them ended up being of the same quality. The Snow White thing they recently did, complete trash because of Rachel Zegler. Texas 84 for 5. Culture Casino Cash says, saw a video of what fruits and veggies looked like before we engineered them. Crazy. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about corn. Corn is purely a creation of the Americas by selective breeding initially and then by massive brute force change. Not good. Not good at all. Very strange. We live in odd times. Very odd indeed. My nose is running. My allergies are in fierce battles right now with the pollen outside, which is good. Means I'm going to get a lot more fruits. Brian Parker's saying, and hence, they don't need to make a great movie, just a placeholder. Well, maybe so. But they didn't even preserve the storyline, which means they are going to lose Walt's storyline about Snow White. Because it wasn't even close. It was a commentary on how socialism, communism is good. Even if you keep making socialism, communism movie, it's not going to do well. It just isn't. Destroyer Duck. Anything is better than Supergirl. I don't know. We'll see. Chris is normally right. 100%. Yeah. Holy cow. Project Cambrian in the house. LOL. The Rock in where'd I put my keys? Well, it's a dementia tale. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Dementia Rock. JPRPH1 is headed into work. I hope you have a beautiful work day. All right, I'm trying to play catch up with y'all. Oh, TZ Burton joins us this morning. Hello. Hello, TZ Burton. There's a lot of folks, hopefully I get to see in South Carolina at the Southeast Game Exchange. Be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Most specifically Saturday for the table time, doing signatures. Not to mention the fact I hope Mike shows up because I have his poker chips. How I Met Your Dragon. I started to highlight that one. I'm glad I didn't finish it. Yeah. Oh, Cat Slave. Come on, you guys. See, I misspeak. Terrible jokes made. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the other thing that's true. I actually dropped a short on this. I think it's either I dropped it already or it's dropping later today. But Young Washington beat Supergirl. Just wrecked Supergirl in its second week. In its first weekend, it beat Supergirl's second weekend. I think 20 million against 9.1 million. Crazy stuff. Plan 9 from outer space is better than Supergirl. No, that's a strong statement. Motto's Hands of Fate is a close second to Supergirl. Siege Perilous wrapped up work as the heat was rising. Good for them. Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle. Hope to see you later. We've got that Park Place live coming up next. And there, speak of the devil. Mexican Ironman says, I am not showing up to that. Why do you people keep saying I'm going places I'm not? I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It's a super short drive. And you would get to meet the boss. And get your poker chips. And extra special gift. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Sorry, couldn't stop myself. Apex Comics with the bad idea genes. Plan 9 from Outer Space. Supergirl double feature. Get your local drive-in. Not going to lie, Young Washington looks good. But I'll wait for streaming. Well, I'm just going to tell you, there are several AI shots in it, including establishing shots. So just keep that in mind. It was too difficult and too expensive to recreate what the scenery would have looked like for certain shots. So they did it with AI. So Jill says Paulie loved Young Washington. Well, there you go. Mikey lives. There you go. Mikey's the best ever. Mano's Hands of Fate made a very funny episode of MSTK or 3K. MST 3K. There we go. Man, what is going on? 3,000. Manam. Mexican Iron Man in Avengers Chicken Taco Doomsday. That would be a great film. Sign me up for that one. I need Putin or our rate specialist to get to work on that. That'd be good stuff. Mexican Iron Man, I gotta see you, man. Do I have to come out to your island? Did you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? There you go. We got a 64-year-old, a 70-year-old, and a 55-year-old all in the same place at the same time, talking the same stuff. Salsa for everyone. Sounds good. Hoshi says, from what I've heard, they used AI for the artillery fire in Young Washington and actually sounds amazingly sane. Yeah. That's just another kind of special effect. And it won't replace people. That's the other thing. I think the worry about AI actors like Tilly Norwood and stuff isn't realistic yet. Will they eventually get there? Yeah, they will. Eventually. But will people reject it soundly? Yeah, because we're looking for something with soul, with heart, with gravitas. Mexican Iron Man says, I'm canceling my top tier membership now. Please don't. You're breaking my heart, Mikey. I literally have your stuff. It's like sitting on the table ready to go into the suitcase. I've now carted it. This will be the second or third time I've carted it across country. Culture is my AI actor. Well, there you go. At least I'm not Roland right now, because everything you've done to Roland's been a little rough. Well, in comics too. Those have been funny. I've been laughing my tail off. Crazy stuff. Dwayne is actually a success story. He's continually trying to evolve. Oh, okay. He's not perfect, but neither are we. Oh, I agree. But I think this is going to be one of the few times I ever say this and mean it. I think he should have stayed where he was most successful. And I'm not talking about just in wrestling, Bonnie Gamester. I think he should have. I think he should have kept playing it when he did move to film. I think he should have kept playing the heroic figures. You know, whether or not he moved on or evolved past the Fast and Furious franchise stuff that he did. Um, I as much as I like him playing the Hobbs character, I think his best stretch into the world he understood was Ballers on HBO, which is a good series. Um, and I think that the things he has direct connection to, he's good at. I think he really did try hard for Smashing Machine, but I don't think he has the acting range. And this is just me being honest. Like I don't think he has the acting chops or the range to do some of the roles he's taken on recently. And I think that putting a muscle suit on a guy that you know as a muscled human didn't make a lot of sense. They should have just covered him in a green bodysuit. And then they could have painted him up any way they wanted to. Those are my thoughts. Mikey, I'm going to be down the road. I'm actually going to go to Charleston too. So I don't know. Maybe we can mix in a See Mikey thing. Do you still have, is Nick still visiting? Culture's beard is AI. I feel like it is today. It's out of control. Look at this. I got a fork. Instead of a nice point, all of a sudden I now have a fork. I got to go to the barber. What did someone do to me? Says Caveat Ties. I don't know. Visit Mikey, CC. Okay, twist my arm. Twist my arm. Go see Mikey. Twist my arm. 11 Alpha says, if I'd known about events in South Carolina earlier, I would have tried to plan a trip. My long arms are in storage with a friend in SC. We could have made the range day out of it. That would have been amazing. Holy cow, especially with Mikey. Mikey is now a master tactician on the range. He's been training like a maniac. I'm so proud of Mike. Dude did everything he needed to do to be healthy and to ensure that he stuck around a while. Oh, I love that. Archer Merchant for 2 Culture Casino Cash says, sent you ticket pass link on X. Thank you, friend. I'll be checking that shortly. Thank you, Archer. Ah, that's for August. In August, I'll be at the D23 Expo in Anaheim, California, doing news coverage for That Park Place. So yeah, I'll be covering stories, shooting B-roll, and all kinds of other things in the parks. In the parks and at the event, because D23 is a multiple day event in multiple locations, including the Honda Arena down the street. Be using a lot of Uber. What? Nick went full skinhead? Did he really? Andy's like, is Nick visiting or did he just move in? I don't know. Pretty good roommate. I think Nick would be a great roommate. You should probably deliver his poker chips on a silver platter. You got like chips, didn't you, Marks? I should, and I will. Mikey deserves it. You guys are right. You guys are right. And thanks once again to Archer Merchant for arranging that for me. Thank you, friend. And let's try to organize a day. Hopefully, other people can meet us on the day that I do go to the parks. It's going to be hard for me to do. I'm going to have to bite my tongue. But it is what it is. There's Leif Erickson. Good to see you this morning. Oh, I need a challenge coin like the U.S. military. That would be amazing. I have to tell you, I have received now at this point 2 challenge coins, which are immensely valuable to me because they're someone surrendering something important of themselves to you. And I've had 2 people give me challenge coins. And I'm ever grateful. So. La Platypus, L.A. Platypus. There, that's better. Oh shoot, you live near the Honda Center? I'm in Anaheim too. No, I'm actually going to be visiting. Yeah, my time in California was more south than that in the San Diego area, specifically like Pacific Beach. But yeah, I spent a lot of time at Del Mar Skate Park and when it was open. I'm not even sure if it's open anymore. I think it's something else now. And then obviously the racetrack there at Del Mar, but a lot of times at UTC, at one of the big sports bars there. It was many years ago. So, but yeah. There's that. Georgia Peach says, I've lost respect for most of Hollywood. I've lost respect for all of Hollywood for the most part. There's only a handful of people that like I consider solid pieces. I really do believe the first studio to come back and decide to make films for people again is going to be the one that wins. And that might be Paramount, Warner Brothers, Discovery. Believe it or not, I think that could happen. I think the acquisition by Skydance and the Ellison family might be the best thing that ever happened to 3 studios. It's just my thoughts. But I will literally be, I'm staying at the Grand Californian, and I will be doing one park day. But and all of this is arranged by others. I'm not doing it, and that includes my D23 event passes. So yeah. So yeah, but no, I will definitely be in the area for that event. So yeah, if you want to come and meet up, I will keep talking about it like I have been with the Southeast Game Exchange, and we'll get working on it. The Odyssey equals Western culture, which they hate. Yeah, I was trying to make that point in the video that I made. 2 days ago? Monday? Was it Monday? Tuesday? I don't remember. Today's Wednesday. I'm like, my brain's all melty now at this point, especially since I've been talking for a while. Archer Merch for another $2 says, donated to Tex Murphy remake of Us get cameo NPCs. Well, I just want to hang out with everybody. So there's that. Decepticon King, good to see you, man. Says, going forward, the Seth Rogen total burnout look today. Well, I'm already there. It's called stunt casting. So it says El Santo. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what they've been doing for a while. Yeah. 11 ounces is my challenge coin from my special forces group. Never leaves my wallet unless it's time for a coin check. There you go. Yeah, I actually have a collection that are individually being placed to places, and now I feel like I need to like I always feel like I should be returning this. L.A. Platypus says you made it out, lucky. Yeah, fortunately, the time that I was there, I was in and out, and then for the extended periods, I was also in and out, which is good. Um, it's weird because I always make my way to the desert Southwest, far away from the ocean. But my favorite things to do are the ocean, like sailing, scuba diving, snorkeling, surfing. It's one of the reasons why we'd considered Florida. Of course, we were going to be on the inner coast, not the space coast. So we were thinking like not Clearwater, but that area, like Tampa Bay, so on and so forth. So yeah. No, I haven't seen the Troy clips yet. I'll fire back in. I haven't really been spending a lot of time on X. I've been too busy. Busy. Pitpoon's like, my drunk Supergirl twit got lots of love. Yeah, dude, everything I've been seeing has been doing really well. You guys out there in the memery community are doing great stuff. Great work. If this thing's actually titled CNN and Total Panis, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be embarrassed. I'm gonna have to change it, but it's fine. It's fine. Uh, what else is out there? The Glankener. There's actually a huge platypus or platypi revolt going on in New Holland. It seems everyone in the States are changing their faces into platypi. Stop it. Just not fair. There you go. Yeah, I don't like the duck lips thing that's a trend for the ladies. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Troy may be unintendedly funny. Oh, there you go. I'm looking forward to Helen of Detroit. I almost kept a straight face. This is gonna be wild. Bubbles was actually in the movie. Really? El Santo? Really? Freaking strange, yeah. Yeah. I'm getting like text messages and stuff. My phone's blowing up. My phone's blowing up. My phone's blowing up. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. All thanks to you. Guys, coming up next, of course, is That Park Place Live. And then after that, you've got the Vash Sky podcast, or Park Cast, I think it's called, with my buddy Vash. And then after that, you've got Ron at Follow the Bradley's Fun on the Dish. And then after that, you got the WDW Pro Show. And then after that, you've got me and Lou with the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you. Well, and me too. But you can follow that later today on T3PO. So that looks like the rest of the day. You should be going from one place to another. And in between, watch videos like mine that dropped this morning. Let me know what you think. So, yeah. Glenn says, yep, don't maim yourself. You are beautiful just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. What will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? There you go. Bari Gamester says, I think he wants to be a better actor. Well, I think he does too. He's taken on some very challenging roles. I think you're right. I'm not, like I said, my criticism is just based on the fact that I don't think it's there yet. And look, he's stepping out of the safe zone for sure. And look, for some actors that works out really well. I just don't think that's going to be something that works out for him. And this is a conversation I've had with Tom a lot of times when it comes to The Rock. He is a player in an ensemble. He's not a headliner. It's never worked out that way. Anytime he tried to be the headliner, I think there's only one movie where he successfully did that. So, but no, I applaud his aspiration. I do. I would never want to be told don't try. I'm not saying that. And again, his ex-wife is doing a great job of leading his career, just like she was doing a great job leading his career before they became exes. I mean, I'd love to have Garcia as an agent. I think it'd be great. They did the suit. He didn't choose that. That's true. That's actually true. But they should have put him in a bodysuit. And then even then, they could have built up the muscles around it. They should have done a green bodysuit instead of a muscle one. Which may have been green. I don't know. Nothing looks like it was lit very well at all in that particular. If you look at the trailers and the teasers we've gotten so far, it's like this is not well lit. It's not the lighting design, the color grading, all of that's not done well. Nothing pops. You want to look at how to capture the ocean. For as bad as the film is, Waterworld is a good example, especially in that part of the world. The Polynesian look is bright, very, very bright. The water is very consistently full of multiple blues, from very deep blue to very bright blue, depending upon the depth of the ocean. Those variances are incredibly important. You can always see if things are done on a water tank. Brian Parker says that the song for today is the Internet's Friends Knife Party. It's a Internet Friends Knives Party. Who could ask for more? I don't know. All right, we got to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. You are the best. Let's drop the hammer on the rest of the day. Have a good one. A wonderful Wednesday, a hump day that you could be proud of. And of course, I think we need Hobo Gandalf on the way out the door. So be sure to thank people like Archer Merchant for another $2, saying John Barenthal in Odyssey interviews look bothered. Yeah, he does look bothered. A lot of people look bothered, to be fair. All right, let's get away. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, just remember to take the time to dance.